a little something that's a bit different, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We are filming our Contiki review. We went on a Contiki tour, when was it?
2 years ago now.
2018, and we went to Australia.
So the points that we're going to talk about are here.
These ones, there's nice and short.
Yeah, so we're just going to go through these and let you know what we thought.
About our little tour. The tour that we went on was Sydney to Cairns, wasn't it? Up the east coast of Australia. And it was called Reefs and Rainforests.
Yeah.
And it included the sailing.
Yes, the 2 night sailing. However, this tour has now changed because we went 2 years ago. So there's a few places that have changed, and they now have internal flights, which they didn't when we went. We just did a whole complete coach journey the whole time. And they have other
sort of add-ons.
Yeah, different add-ons that we didn't have.
Some of the stuff we might talk about may or may not be
it might be
included
a bit out of date.
Bit out of date, but still useful.
Yeah.
So our first point is, what is Contiki and why we chose it? So Contiki is a tour company that accommodate for 18 to 32 year olds.
The countries that they do tours in, they have Europe, Asia, USA and Canada, Latin America, Africa and Middle East, and Oz and New Zealand.
So it's a lot to choose from.
Within those areas there's various different tours you can choose.
So like different lengths of tour, different styles of tour. So if you want more of like a hikey walky tour, you can go on that, but if you want more of a beachy holiday tour, you can go on that. One of the reasons we chose it was because it was a cheaper option. So when we compared it to other tour companies, for Australia, because we wanted to go to Australia, that was specifically the stuff that was included in the Contiki tour compared to other stuff that was included in other tours.
Just basically cheaper. And another reason that we chose it was Contiki is a sustainable company, and obviously that's something that we agree with.
Our beliefs,
yeah, fits in with our beliefs. Okay, so the second thing that we're talking about is the accommodation. So we stayed in a variety of different accommodations when we went there. There were hostels, hotels, we did a farm stay.
Something to bear in mind with that though is that the first place we stayed, which was called Wake Up Sydney, and I think that is still, or something similar is included in the current tour. It was a communal shower and toilet area. We didn't know. Yeah,
we didn't know. So I wouldn't say it as like a put off, sort of like be aware that that is
an aspect of it.
Like, because we were just, it was just the fact that we were shocked when we got there.
Yeah, probably not prepared. Like, you obviously, you don't have a shower and your toilet in your bath, in your bedroom, so then you have to walk outside of the bedroom with a towel and make sure you've got everything. Probably just something we just didn't expect.
Make sure you got your towel when you leave your room.
But most of the accommodation was really good.
Really nice.
Yeah.
We can insert some clips here.
Oh yeah, of our little room tours that we did back in the day. Excuse the mess, because it's quite a fast-paced environment. So obviously you have to sort of rummage through your bag to get stuff out. Or if that's just us being messy. But yeah, no, living out of a suitcase is hard.
I would say in general the accommodation was always very nice. Activities.
So the activities that are included obviously might have changed now. We got to do a surf lesson, which I think they still do, but they just do it in Byron Bay.
Whereas we went to a place called Spot X Mojo Surf.
Which is still around.
Which is still there, and I would highly recommend it if you're sort of in Australia.
Yeah, looking for a place to surf.
It was amazing.
Very
and
professional.
The team there were great.
And had like little nights out, like parties in the area. Food, like a canteen. Yeah, it was really cool. And we did kayaking, ocean kayaking in Byron Bay, which I'm not sure if that is included or not. You might have to go check that out because I'm not sure. But that was a good experience if you ever fancy doing that as well.
So we got to see a whale, turtles, jellyfish.
And again, the team that took us out there were really good, and everything was safe.
Yeah, very safe,
good instructors. And we also did a skydive, which you would have seen in the previous video, and if you haven't, go check that one out. That's funny, our reaction to that. And then we did a Great Barrier Reef cruise as well. So we went out to the Great Barrier Reef, some scuba diving, and some snorkeling.
The snorkeling was better than the scuba
Yeah,
diving.
I wasn't a fan of the scuba diving.
We weren't scuba dive fans.
No.
Not to say that it's.
But a lot of people enjoy scuba diving.
Yeah, loads of people
I think
enjoyed
I'm too much of a panicky person for scuba diving.
Yeah.
That was a really good experience if you enjoy scuba diving, because in the Great
Barrier Reef,
that's one place you want to scuba dive.
Yeah, like we can
At least
say
we tried it.
we scuba dived in the Great Barrier Reef.
The stuff we've just spoken about was like what they call an add-on.
Yeah.
So they have included activities and then add-on activities. So the add-on activities are stuff you pay for, you pay extra for. And the included is just in the price of the tour when you pay up front. An
element of the tour would be the nightlife, like the partying.
Yeah, a lot of drunken nights.
Yeah, there are a lot of drunken nights out. One of the add-ons was like a bar crawl in Cairns.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, which we did go on, and that was really fun. Because obviously Contiki sort of has a rep as a party tour company.
Yeah, and it is, like, a lot of people on the tour sort of went out every night. We didn't. We didn't go out with them every night, and we didn't feel the pressure to go out every night. So it's one of those things you can either opt into, or you don't have to do it. There were other people on the tour that didn't do it. It's not something you have to sort of feel like you have to go on a Contiki tour and have to get drunk, or like you can't go on a Contiki tour because you don't want to get drunk. Like a lot of people didn't, and we didn't, and we still really enjoyed ourselves.
Exactly. So you can still go on a Contiki tour even if you don't want to party, but if you do want to party, you can go too. Following
on from the activities, obviously all of this costs money.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it does cost some money. So something to bear in mind is just to have a budget. I would say definitely go with some sort of mindset of what you want to spend your money on. Like maybe look into activities beforehand. So like, I think that's what we did.
That's what we did, and we sort of planned which activities we were going to do and added up how much they were going to cost, so we knew we had enough money for it.
Yeah, and even include the activities that you think you weren't sure about.
Yeah,
so then you
just in case.
Because you might get there and think, oh well, everyone else is doing it, or like
I just want to do it.
Yeah, so then just always have that bit of extra money just in case.
So with the food, all of the breakfasts were included.
And they were nice.
They were good breakfasts.
Lovely.
Like everywhere we went, the breakfast was lush. So some of the lunches and some of the dinners were included, but not all of them. Something that you do want to budget in for is that you're going to have to buy your own lunches and most of your own dinners.
And obviously Australia is a bit pricey for that.
It depends on where you are in Australia.
Yeah, Sydney is probably more expensive.
Sydney is more. Cairns is expensive because obviously they're the like cities,
two sort of main cities.
But there were smaller places in between that we went to where it wasn't as pricey.
And another thing is souvenirs. So obviously you want to buy stuff because you're in Australia. Like one time in your life that you might go and you want to buy stuff. So like towels, t-shirts, random stuff. You're going to want to budget in for that, but also you're only allowed a backpack and a suitcase. When you're packing to go, you don't want to pack too much because then you can't buy anything. You can't buy any souvenirs. We've had plenty of times where we're both sitting on Georgia's suitcase to try and shut it when we're rushing to leave, going, oh my gosh, it's not going to shut. Yeah, like hindsight's a wonderful thing. I wouldn't pack as many clothes. And also at the hostels, they do have washing machines. Yes. So if you need to wash your clothes, you can. Just as we're talking about packing and what to take, obviously Australia you think of as this hot country that's sunny. I'm not sure if that was just us thinking that, but we packed for summer. We did. When we arrived, it was absolutely tipping it down. Bear in mind, every day. We went in September. And we went in September, which is for us like normal weather. But we were thinking, Australia, really spring, hot, sunny. It'll be spring, but or going into summer. Yeah. No, it was raining. And we had the complete wrong wardrobe. Yes. For this. Luckily, we both packed one pair of jeans each. One jumper. And one jumper. She had an Australian jumper, I had a Sydney jumper, and we wore that pretty much 90% of the holiday. And we looked like proper tourists. Every photo. Put some snippets in we here can put some of one outfit that we could wear for the weather. Don't do what we did, basically. Yeah, and keep packing to a minimum.
Yeah. So now we're going to go into pros of the tour. So the first pro would be that it definitely got us out of our comfort zone. Makes you do things that you wouldn't go on holiday and normally think to like book for yourself and do.
Or even know about.
Or even like there's spots that you just wouldn't know about. Yeah, so for us, because we're quite introverted, we wouldn't normally do this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it really just puts you out of your comfort zone. And also there's loads of people on the tour and you make friends with everybody.
So if you are a solo traveller, that's a really good aspect. Don't be scared to go on this tour, because obviously we went together, but about 80% of the people on the tour were solo travellers.
Yeah. Definitely not. Nobody knows each other, and they do like little get to know you games at the beginning, so you
to break the ice.
Yeah, to break the ice and like talk to everybody. So you're definitely gonna make friends.
The making friends, the activities and the games is all sort of like hosted by our tour guide. So our tour guide was called Chloe.
She was really lovely. Basically what she did for us is she put together those get to know you games, which were really helpful. She sort of put together information sheets with suggestions on where to go, what to eat, food suggestions, which were great.
Really handy.
Because obviously she's been to all of these places multiple times. And
she knows all the little best places that maybe are not so touristy as well. Yeah. Those are the pros.
And now we're going to go into the cons. Disclaimer, they're not really that conny.
Yeah. So the first one was that in between our journeys, so we'd have like 8-hour journeys on the coach, which I think again has changed because now there's internal flights for the new tour. But for us on the coach tour, the lunch stops were quite rushed, so you'd only have like 2 hours in between the journey at a certain spot. It wasn't really enough time to sort of run around and find stuff to eat. Looking in hindsight, we should have like looked online at places to eat, looked at the menus to see what was around, and maybe book online or just go straight there and then do it and get out that other way, so we had other time to sort of spend looking around. Yeah,
being in the area instead of just going and just constantly just looking for somewhere to eat. Another thing was that with the dinners that were included, obviously being a vegetarian, they only give you one option. I am quite fussy, but only having that one option, and you're very limited to that. Like normally when you go on holiday, it's quite nice to like look at a menu and pick something, but obviously because the meals are included, like you're having that dinner, like doesn't matter if you like it or not, you've got to have it. Yeah, but on the other side of that, like obviously they do cater for veggies, and also if you're vegan, you just write down that you're vegan and they come up with like a different meal for you, because sometimes I said that if I really didn't like the vegetarian option, I would just say I'm vegan and they would make me something completely different.
Yeah, which was really handy and nice.
Yeah, so that's also a tip if you are veggie and you don't like the option.
So this isn't a con, and we have talked about this, about it being a really fast-paced tour. It's definitely not a relaxing holiday. So you're constantly getting up really early on the coach or on the plane now, I guess. From then on, it's just travel until you get to the next spot.
It's very tiring.
Very tiring. But obviously you would expect that for everything that's included. So
because you get to do so much within a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So it is a good thing.
If you're looking for a holiday to like relax,
it's not the one for you.
No. So that was our little review of Contiki, Australia. So obviously we haven't done any other Contiki tours, so it may differ between countries.
So we've popped a link in the description box below to the new Contiki tour. They have the complete itinerary there, so you can go through it, see if it's something that you would be into.
Yeah, the coronavirus is a bit sucky right now, so...
But you can plan it for the future. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Something different from us.
It was something different. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Yep, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.